It is 6 o'clock in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, and you're listening to Eat, Play, Live with me, Andi P, the show that's chasing dreams and crushing goals. My goal here is to help you live a healthier, happier, more balanced life. And our focus for this year is learning to love ourselves unconditionally, even when life gets messy. In fact, especially when life gets messy, because that's kind of what it does, right? And as kids, we loved messy. We loved it, right? Coloring on the walls, playing in mom's makeup, baking projects that covered the kitchen in flour, sugar, whatever, and then dirt. Oh, how we loved our dirt. Yes, playing outside, rain or shine, mud, sand, grit, gravel. We didn't care, right? We didn't care back then, and now we care. Why? I mean, back then it was like the messier the better, and we were healthier for it. Healthier and happier. Remember the saying, God made dirt, dirt don't hurt? I love that because that is so true. I think dirt played a much bigger role in our health and happiness than we realized. And we can get that back. Let's do that tonight. Okay. So first, let's stop being so dang clean. What is it with our obsession in cleanliness? I know that sounds weird, right? But did you ever stop and think that maybe this aversion we have to germs and all things icky could actually be hurting us more than it's helping us? So there's this thing called the hygiene hypothesis. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but asthma, hay fever, other allergies, they've actually become a lot more common as we as a culture have become more sanitary. Yeah, so a lack of exposure to bacteria, viruses, allergens, all of those, we're shielding ourselves from those and preventing the normal development of our immune system. That sounds typical of us humans, doesn't it? We're just trying to help ourselves right out of helping ourselves. So our immune systems are in trouble, right? Our lifestyle choices just keep smacking us in the face. And yet we just keep taking the hits and asking for more. Smoking, drinking, being too sedentary, practicing excessive hygiene, they're all contributing to this battle that we are losing. So in the wealthy world, and I'm going to call us the wealthy world because we're not talking about third world countries here. They have their own batch of issues and we're not dealing with those tonight. Okay, but tonight we're going to talk about where we live. Adults who clean their houses with antibacterial sprays have higher asthma rates. Just saying. People who are more exposed to triclosan, which is the active ingredient in antibacterial soap, well, they have higher rates of allergies and hay fever. As opposed to kids who grow up on farms, have pets, are around animals and dirt and dander, well, they have lower rates of allergies and asthma. Experts call that the farm effect. I'll talk more about the farm effect later and how we can have that in our own lives. But basically, okay, these are correlations. They're not causations. I'm not saying necessarily that our cleanliness is causing us to have these issues. Or am I? But they suggest something about our relatively clean, modern, urban environments that all of a sudden these autoimmune diseases are more likely to develop. So I'm just saying, maybe it wouldn't hurt to get a little dirty. All right. And that's what we're going to do here tonight. Because without being exposed to enough bacteria, our immune systems, they're not even able to learn how to properly recognize the harmful invaders. Okay. So I was thinking about people that have multiple children. If you have multiple children, you will identify with this. Okay. First baby, they have a pacifier. They drop the pacifier. What do? You take it, you sterilize it, you put it in the dishwasher, whatever you do, that baby's not touching that pacifier again, right? But second baby, pacifier falls on the floor, you wash it off, you hand it back. Third baby, you just hand it back. You don't even worry about it. Okay. Now think about those kids, and is there any difference that you can see in how healthy they are? Probably not. Probably negligible. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we should not be quite so worried about every little detail, you know? Maybe we should let our pacifiers or whatever else get a little dirty. A lesson that I learned in childhood when it comes to food and dirt and the role that it plays is, did you ever eat dirt as a kid? I don't know why we did that, but I liked to. I know. Sometimes I tell you things and I wonder why I'm even going there, but I liked to eat dirt. At one time I had this big clump of dirt and I got an important life lesson that don't eat clumps of dirt because it might be a rock. And I swallowed a rock and that was not fun, but I don't know. So, okay. I'm not advocating that you eat dirt on tonight's show. Okay. I'm not going to do that. But actually, as I was researching the whole how beneficial dirt is in our lives, there are people who really do like to eat dirt. So, okay, let's go down that bunny trail for just a minute because that's weird, right? So it's called geophagia, which is the urge to eat dirt. That is a real thing. Why? Where the heck does that come from? Well, okay, so there's a thing called pica or pica. I don't know how they pronounce it because I've never known anybody that had this. Do you? If you know of someone, let me know because I'm curious. I've never actually known someone who had the strong urge to eat items that are not food. Okay, I feel like this happens more with children. Like, I don't know, do they grow out of it? Again, these are things we need to learn. So if you have pica or someone you know has pica, you might crave dirt, clay, chalk, starch, and likely eat large amounts of these things, which could definitely not be good for you. That could cause a big problem. Also, pregnancy cravings. Sometimes there are pregnant women, especially oddly enough in parts of Africa, that commonly eat dirt. They just crave the taste, the texture of it. Usually it's red clay. So that's interesting right now. And there are medicinal, cultural, religious reasons behind this practice, but some believe that dirt is actually good, that for the mother to eat dirt is good for the baby. But yeah, there can be harmful side effects. Like you don't want to pick dirt that's got pollutants, parasites, there can be icky stuff in dirt too. So I'm not telling you to go out and eat dirt. We're just examining this little bunny trail right now of people who do want to eat some dirt. Sometimes some people have certain nutritional deficiencies that actually makes them crave dirt. Okay. And often that happens in places where there's more famine and poverty, and people who maybe have an iron deficiency, anemia, they actually start to crave dirt. And while soil does contain minerals and nutrients, it's really not a safe way to get them into your body. So yeah, let's find some other ways. There are other ways, and we're going to find those. Cultural beliefs, though, that's another reason. Some certain cultures believe eating dirt can be good for you. Back in ancient times, they thought that was good for soothing digestive problems, and so it became part of that culture. So okay, there we go. We've put it out there that there are people that want to eat dirt, but it's really not advised. So if you know someone who is having cravings, and I'm being serious here, really, if you know someone or you have a child who is craving eating large quantities of dirt, then you should definitely talk to your doctor about that, because that could be a problem. However, if you have a garden and you feel like going out and picking your own pepper and popping it in your mouth, I say go for that. Okay, that we're small amounts of dirt that come on the vegetables that you're growing. You know, I mean, come on. I used to love going out to my grandma's garden and picking her sweet peas. Now I know they come in a pod, so they're not really dirty, but sitting out there and eating those peas straight out of the garden, oh my gosh, there's nothing better. So, yeah, if that's what you're doing, there's a little bit of dirt on that. Yeah, I say go for it. You know what I mean? Store-bought, non-organic kind of vegetables, no. Scrub those puppies thoroughly. They're putting crazy stuff on those. Pesticides. Yeah, you want to scrub all that off, all that you can. But if it's homegrown, you're growing your own. Light spritz of water, remove the bug poop, and go for it from that point. Yes. Yes. Being out in the dirt, okay? Playing in it, getting dirty, growing your own food. It not only is good for you, of course, growing your own food, but it makes you happier and less stressed. I'm not kidding. So some studies show, they suggest that this effect originates in the gut, where beneficial soil microbes help regulate your neurotransmitters. They affect your emotional state. But also others just say that gardening in itself, it just relieves your stress, right? You're outside, you're in nature. It gives you a little bit of gentle exercise, the bending, planting, pulling, you know, your body is getting some sort of movement, and the satisfaction that comes from nurturing plants, growing our own food. It's good stuff. In fact, an interesting little tidbit of research suggests that the brain actually reduces dopamine when we harvest food from the garden. Why aren't we gardening more? Do you garden? Because I harvest high. I mean, come on, growing some vegetables is way easier than trying to achieve a runner's high, right? I keep running and I keep trying to find that. I don't know if it's a thing, but the harvest high, it most likely evolved over crazy gardening and other dirty outdoor activities in your sense. Research shows that when multiplied and thought, I should probably take a trash bag, because I know I get out on these hikes and I find trash and it just makes me crazy not to have any way to pick it up. So I took a trash bag along with me. And oh man, am I glad I did, because by the time I finished that hike, that trash bag was bursting at the seams. But when you pick up trash, sometimes it's kind of in the dirt, you know, it's been there a while, especially those smushed beer cans. And I got to call somebody out here right now. You people that drink Keystone Light, I'm not saying it's all of you, but the vast majority of the beer cans that I'm picking up on the sides of the road are Keystone Light. And there's no reason to drink that. That is a terrible beer. I'm sorry. I just had to go there. You don't see, I did not pick up one decent brand of beer on the side of the road. It was all Coors Light, Keystone Light, Bud Light. Ugh. What is happening? So anyway, but in the process, there was connecting with the dirt, connecting with the earth, being out in the sunshine and the fresh air and doing this hike. And in the midst of that, I was problem solving. You know, my brain, it just, you're just out there and you're connecting with the earth in that way. It lets your brain have some space and some freedom and some grounding, I guess, because I came up with some stuff that I need to implement in some situations in my life. So this is a real thing. I really do. I just want to put that out there, that it really does help you remember things and help you with problem solving if you'll just get out there and dig in the dirt. Maybe, you know what I do also is, and I have a girlfriend, we were talking about this, we're just pulling weeds, you know, because you start pulling weeds in your yard and you realize that there are more weeds than you can possibly tackle in one session, and that can be overwhelming. Just pull some weeds, man, every day. Just pull a few weeds and eventually it gets better. Yeah. That's another way to just play in the dirt. If you're playing in the dirt, chances are you're outside, unless, of course, you have a kiddie pool full of dirt in your living room. And if you do, I need pictures because I want to know what's happening in your life. So put those, send those to me at eatplaylive.andy on Facebook or Instagram, because I want to know what is going on with you. Anyway, if you're playing outside, you're getting sunshine. You're getting that full spectrum light, stimulating that vitamin D, serotonin, regulating the production of melatonin, which helps you sleep better. So it helps you be awake better, and then it helps you sleep better, all by playing in the dirt. And children who play in the dirt, by the way, or play outside, become more adventurous, more self-motivated, use their imagination more. Remember as a kid, like going out and making mud pies and the things that we would come up with just playing outside, just the crazy games and stories. And yes, let's get outside. We all need a little dirt in our lives. In fact, doctors are actually handing out park prescriptions for a range of conditions, including heart disease, obesity, and ADD. Yeah. We got to write people a prescription nowadays because we cannot seem to figure out just to get the heck outside and go play. Clearly, they're not listening because we talk about playing here every week, don't we? We talk about playing outside every week. So, in addition to the microbial wonders of soil, research suggests, this is really interesting, that contact with the ground may have additional benefits deriving from the free electrons available in the Earth's surface. I know I'm getting a little deep with you here, so bear with me. But through most of human history, our ancestors walked barefoot. They slept on the ground. You know, they might have an animal skin, which is still conductive, and that would be between their bodies and the earth. But nowadays, we've got our rubber-soled shoes, our cars, our homes. We're constantly insulated from what may be some really profound therapeutic effects of contact with the soil. Okay, so I'm just saying, when is the last time you just walked outside barefoot? I know there's stickers, deal with it. You'll be okay. It can be so good for you. The electrical charges of the earth appear to just do some really important work for our bodies by neutralizing what are popularly known as free radicals. Neutralizing free radicals, earthing or grounding ourselves to the earth's surface, may actually reduce inflammation and possibly help a number of chronic diseases. Okay? Put your feet on the ground. Sit on the ground. Lay on the ground. Every once in a while. I'm not saying all day long, but let's make some contact with our earth. Let's remember why it's there. Okay. There's a man that I saw in Cozumel who runs the Ironman. He runs marathons barefoot. Barefoot. An entire marathon. He does it all the time. He's done it for years. He seems pretty chill dude. Just saying. There may be something to that. I mean, at first I thought, okay, that's crazy. I don't know how you do that. And I don't know how he does it, honestly. Start with maybe just a few steps, but make some contact with the earth. The data on the health benefits of time in the dirt is very, very promising. If you want to boost your immune system, reduce stress, sleep better, have more energy, just try getting out and getting dirty, man. Yes. It's good stuff. Oh my gosh, you get the idea. All right, get dirty. But let's sum it all up with things that you can incorporate into your life every day to live, like I say at the start of every show, happier, healthier, and more balanced lives. Okay, dirt can help in all those things. So earlier I mentioned the farm effect. Well, you can create the farm effect no matter where you are. You don't have to actually be on the farm, okay? So number one, how do you do that? Stop with all the antibacterial soaps and detergents. These kill healthy bugs off and can actually produce a breeding ground for antibiotic resistant and disease causing bacteria, okay? Switch to some natural cleaning solutions. We just don't need all that. You know, it's like when I tell you with the food that you eat, the simpler, the better. The less ingredients, the better. Well, same with the stuff we're using in our homes. The simpler, the less ingredients, the better. We don't need all that stuff. Clean up your diet, number 2. Okay, I was just kind of mentioning that. Well, it sounds counterintuitive when I'm talking about getting dirty, but getting clean in your diet means getting rid of harmful chemicals and additives, right? Like sugar being one of those. We all get those, especially our kids, in massive amounts. So read the label, including the side effect profiles on your medications. Those are also important to read. There's a book that's kind of a game changer that I just found out about called The Dirt Cure, and it's written by an integrative pediatric neurologist that's got a nutrition plan that can help your kids, your entire family prevent disease. So I put a link to that on my Facebook yesterday, eatplaylive.andy, and you can check out this book because we got to make some changes, people. We got to make some changes. Our progress is progressing us right into the grave. That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, farm effect, going back to the farm effect, we're going to purchase organic seasonal fruits and vegetables from your local farmers. Rinse your food, but don't scrub people around here that grow some good stuff, man. We can get together and share, you know how it is in zucchini season when you got to lock your car because people are going to put zucchini in it. Well, let's connect and find out, hey, I need some zucchini. Bring it my way. All right. And garden yourself. Garden with your kids. Teach them how to do it because, like I said, my grandparents had huge gardens and my parents had decent gardens. And I've grown some lettuce. I mean, it's definitely going down throughout the ages. So let's teach our children how to keep this going, how to keep growing our own food. Okay. Kids love that. They love having some dirt to play in. And even if you live in an apartment and you can't do a garden and all you can do is maybe a hanging tomato thing or one little flower, teach your kids how to plant something. Grow some herbs in your windowsill. You can figure out a way to make that work and have some fun with it. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's so much fun things we can do. Use the best soil that you can afford. Yeah. Apparently not all dirt is created equal. Buy or create healthy soil with organics before you're planting. Avoid chemicals. Studies show that I hate it when I get hard words. Glyphosate. That wasn't really that hard. Okay, that is the active ingredient in Roundup. Don't get me started on Roundup, but when you use that in your yard, it depletes your serotonin and dopamine levels. Studies have shown this in mammals. Other ingredients that you find in things like Roundup stay in the environment, including our soil, our water, the plants we eat, ultimately in ourselves. It's been linked with cancer, especially non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that's what I'm particularly not fond of at this juncture in my life. So let's not use that stuff. Let's keep our soil organic and healthy and stop feeling like we have to buy a product to make the earth better than it actually is. All right. I think the earth was already created pretty dang good. Let's explore nature. We can get that farm effect when we just get outside. Go walking, go hiking, put your bare feet in the earth. If you've got your kids or your grandkids, tell you you look at my rock bed, hey, there's one that doesn't look like it came from the riverbed here. It's very dark. It's a whole different texture. Well, yeah, because I picked it up in Tennessee and I brought it home. I've got some coral that I brought home from Mexico. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. Don't tell anybody. But I'm just saying, you put those things in your rock bed. Why buy souvenirs? Just pick up a rock and bring it home, and it reminds you of the connection that you made to the earth in a different place on the earth. It's kind of cool in my opinion. Take up a mud sport. Playing in the mud always allows you to feel this sense of freedom. It's an opportunity to act like a child again, whether you want to get out and go mountain biking or hiking or doing a mud run, something like that. And if exercise isn't your gig, well, I'm not really sure why you're listening to me because it's, I talk about it all the time. Don't stop listening though. I will give you other options because maybe you just do a mud pack facial, go to a day spa, get you a mud pack. It'll still make you feel so much better. And then, because you're not going to go eat the dirt, eat fermented foods and take a probiotic every day. Even if you're eating food from healthy soil, in today's hyper-hygienic, chemically ridden world, we are nutrient depleted. We've got to restore that bacteria in our guts, and you're going to do that through fermented foods and probiotics. So maybe try you some kombucha. It's good stuff. Check the label. Some of them have a lot of sugar, so make sure you try to find one that has the lowest possible sugar content, but you can definitely find something that is going to be good for you. And it's the next best thing to eating dirt, right? So I know y'all probably think I'm crazy. Who comes up with the idea of having an entire show about dirt? That doesn't even make sense, but it's fun. It's fun. All right, I want to play a song for you as soon as I am finding it right now for you. There we go. We got it. It doesn't want to play. Okay, well, maybe not. Anyway, I'm Andi P, and I'm reminding you that at the end of the day, your feet should be dirty, your hair should be messy, and your eyes should be sparkling. That's loving yourself, and that's how you know you are doing it right. So until next week.